The Action Group has consistently argued that HS2 Limited has underestimated the cost and practical difficulties of bringing HS2 into a densely populated, high-value, inclusive area such as Euston. This video seeks to highlight the impact of what HS2 Limited are currently proposing in AP3 on those who live and work in the Euston area. These are the only properties in the Euston area which are included in the express purchase scheme, albeit that they are not going to be demolished. There are over 1,000 properties in a similar position adjacent to the construction works who believe they should be treated in a like manner.
This is the Park Village Studios. Been here for 43 years, and I can't understand how it could possibly remain in business during the construction noise and vibration. The road is going to be closed for a period of more than 5 years, and there will be a hoarding about where I'm standing right now. Our access is going to be limited. I'll be well into my 80s before the road is opened again, during which time we're concerned that emergency vehicles may not be able to get to us. And this is a high street with grade 2-star listed buildings, and right over here across from the road, a building is going to be built that's 1.5 times as high as that lamppost that you see right there, just totally ruining the listed building, what they call a conservation area.
Because we currently walk up Park Village East to get to access Camden to go to any of the activities that I go to with my son, and I'm pregnant with a second one, and it kind of fills me with dread, the idea that it won't be safe to walk on the street with him because our road will just be full of construction vehicles and dirt and dust. I avoid the main roads around here anyway. It's basically a my-nice suburban road, or what it feels like. I can hear the birds. It's going to go, and we're not going to have that anymore. And it sounds like it's going to be gone for the whole of his childhood, which is quite distressing, and it's making us look to leave London.
Mornington Place is a quiet residential area where residents can play with their children in the street. This will all be changed when the whole area becomes a route for construction traffic.
As you can see, this is Globe Motors, a family-running business which we've been running for the last 17 years. Is closing the roads, getting all the customers in and out, which they'll face a big headache. And for this reason, we are really worried now how we're going to run the business.
The construction works are now going to extend from 2026 to 2033. 2 huge trenches will be going right through the estate. 85% of the dwellings on this estate will be affected by noise, which will make it uninhabitable. This play area will be demolished. The children on this estate do not have balconies. This is the only place they have to play.
When Hampstead Road is rebuilt and the bridge rebuilt, the bridge will be 4.8 metres taller than it is at the moment. This means that residents who live right next to that bridge in blocks like Cartmel and the rest of the estate will be looking out at least 4.8 metres plus the parapet wall on top of it.
And I'm an expert in air quality, I'm a cyclist, and I'm an ex-councillor. Be in no doubt that air quality is a very, very big issue here. We're 300 metres from the Euston Road here, one of the worst roads in Europe. This is Hampstead Road, this is bad, and it's going to get a lot worse. This road is destined to be the main artery in and out. Over behind me is the main Euston depot behind that Temperance Hospital. About 300 metres that way is Netley Primary School's playground with 450 primary aged children.
Because of the lorries that will come in and take the spoil out because of HS2 and while they're making HS2. And this will affect us by making us die younger because pollution is bad, and gas and lorries have gas in them, and gas creates pollution, and pollution makes our lungs bad for us.
People have to commute on their bicycles over the railway line, and this will be the only place they can do it. Most cyclists at the moment go down Cardington Street, but they won't be able to do that. In 2 years' time, Tottenham Court Road is going to be made two-way for cyclists. So this will be the main north-south artery for cyclists, and it's not good mixing the main artery for delivery to the main compound between cyclists and heavy goods vehicles. Heavy goods vehicles turning are the absolute lethal danger to cyclists. And
this is Silverdale, which is going to be demolished because of HS2. These blocks, Coniston, Cartmel and 3 others behind it, are going to be looking down on building sites. The residents are going to stay. We've asked HS2 for a habitability test and they've refused. HS2 is going to demolish this community centre, and it's used by young people as well, and HS2 are not going to replace it with anything for the community. The Euston area has been blighted since HS2 was announced in 2010. Behind me is the garage, which used to be very busy, and look at it now.
Last year we were extremely surprised to see a new building constructed in Granby Terrace. This is the safeguarded zone, and any building in this area is scheduled for demolition.
Yeah, for the next 10 years I'm going to be living in this flat overlooking a construction site behind me.
I'm concerned whether my home will be habitable because of the noise, the dust, the vermin, the trespassing, and it has made me very ill. I'm severely depressed and anxious.
In 1887, the vestry of St Pancras purchased this former burial ground from St James's, Piccadilly. We didn't need it for burials. All burials were forbidden then in central London. We bought it as a public amenity, as a park for local families, realising that the area was filling up with industry and pollution. Ever since, it has remained the sole green lung of this area.
We all live in this block, you can see on this side of the road. Where we're standing now, this is going to be the hoarding for the building site, enclosing the new works on Euston Station. The works are going to go on at least until 2026, and they have permission to work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
I've lived here 30 years. I've been a council tenant for 50, and the HS2 will be right outside my door. I'm 73 now, and I cannot tolerate it.
And we're going to be cut off from Euston Station, where most of our businesses comes from. And everything behind us is where is going to be the construction traffic itself, which leaves us in the middle, which is going to be a big concern for the traders.
When work will be started, it will be very difficult for our mosque, and especially on Starco Street, Drummond Street, Covert Street, people cannot come for prayer.
12 years ago my wife and I had twins, George and Brie Louise, and sadly Brie Louise died, and we then changed the name of the pub, the Jolly Gardens, to the Brie Louise, which we've run since and live above. And obviously with the threat of HS2, the CPO zone that we're in, we would lose our business and our home.
Is the Churchway play area, and this is going to be taken over totally under HS2's plans as a construction storage place. Here is Charlton Street, where HS2 development plans are, including digging up a trench all up Charlton Street from top to bottom, 3 metres wide and 3 metres in depth, which will be there to bury their cabling and one thing or another. And it'll be like that for some years, which will destroy completely the market, which we've been trying hard to build to a 3-day market. It'll destroy the festival we have every year.
I go to Netley School. I welcome the opportunity to speak to the Select Committee about how HS2 is affecting me, my school and my family. Every day I walk along Stanhope Street to school. This is to be used as a route for construction vehicles. This is where I would come and play after school, but I would play if it wasn't raining. And this is going to be bulldozed by HS2. Were I to be able to remain in my home, I will be 28 by the time the construction works are completed. However, HS2 will have to demolish my home and I will have to move out this area that I know and I love.